And now, the superstar of alternative health and purveyor of medical truth, Dr. Joel Wallach.
Well, HGH is not the actual hormone, human growth hormone. If you were to take that, that would require injections. HGH, anti-aging complex, is the raw materials your pituitary needs and your thyroid needs to actually build their hormones and do their job. And it's kind of an exciting product. The dose is, for the average size person from, say, 110 pounds up to 150 pounds, is 6 capsules at night with a full glass of water. And that one bottle of the HGH anti-aging compound will, in fact, last you a month when you take 6 of those capsules at night. I do that. It helps relax you. You sleep better. It supports and promotes healthy sleep. It supports and promotes healthy metabolism. It supports and promotes healthy body weight. It supports and promotes healthy pituitary function. It supports and promotes healthy thyroid function. And 6 is the right dose for a 110-pound person all the way up to a 150-pound person. I like 9 a day when you go from 150 to, say, 200 pounds, and even 15 a day when you're above 200 pounds. They will support and promote healthy weight and healthy body shape. They will support toning the skin and muscle structures. It's just an amazing product, and I use it every night. I take it on the road with me, and I take it without fail. So, Linda, you can take it forever, and you'll be glad you did.
Well, I have an email here from a young lady who's 75 years old. She's about 110 pounds, and she says she eats in accordance with your recommendations and takes all of the basic supplements. She has a question, though. Because she's over 70, she's wondering, can she take the HGH Youth Complex, and if she starts taking it, how long can she continue taking it without any problems?
Okay, very good. Excellent question. Now, personally, I have to start out by saying I take the HGH complex, which is a stacked precursor of the pituitary hormones, human growth hormone. These are the amino acids that are necessary for the pituitary gland to make its hormones. These include the amino acids necessary for the thyroid gland to make its hormones. And I take 6, it's the instructions on the label. You want to take 6 of these HGH capsules at bedtime with an 8-ounce glass of warm water. And it's going to help you sleep better. It's going to help you keep your muscles and skin in tone. It supports, promotes a healthy thyroid metabolism. It'll support and promote healthy pituitary metabolism. And it's part of our anti-aging program, is this HGH complex. Again, the instructions are for the average-sized person, whether they're 110 pounds or 150 pounds, to take 6 at bedtime with 8 ounces of warm water. Now, if you're 200 pounds, I would double that. I would take 12 at bedtime, right, because it's kind of dose-related. And now this is not to replace all the other nutrients. You still need the Mighty 90, the 60 minerals, 16 vitamins, 12 essential amino acids, 3 essential fatty acids, and it's just a fabulous thing to add to your anti-aging program. Remember, our goal here is to live well beyond 100 chronologically, 110, 120, 130, and you want to be biologically 30, 40, 50, 60 like myself. I just turned 70 chronologically. Chronologically, I'm 70 years old. But when it comes to my biology, when you look at my bone density test, my blood work, my blood pressure, and all that kind of stuff, you're looking at a biological age of 18. Everything says all my lab work says I'm a 18-year-old male athlete, but yet that's biologically. But chronologically, I'm 70. And that's where you want to be. And the HGH is something I take every night without fail, in addition to my Mighty 90, without fail. And people say, well, why are you taking so much stuff? You're not sick. Well, I'm not sick because I take so much stuff. Do you put oil in your car only after the engine burns up, or do you put oil in your car to prevent the engine from burning up? I take the Mighty 90 twice a day and the HGH at bedtime to prevent the engine from burning up. And so far, the last time I visited a doctor with me being the patient was 56 years ago. I've probably cheated the medical system out of $6 million over these 56 years simply because I just don't use the system.
Hello and welcome. You're listening to the Dead Doctors Don't Lie show, and this is your guest host, Nurse Joanne Conaway. Well, one of the things that comes up in conversation from time to time, because I do work with nutritional supplements and I do work with many people who take the longevity line of supplements, people will ask me all the time, is that human growth hormone, is that HGH youth complex that we have really something that we should be concerned about, really something that we should consider? Well, I want to take a few minutes today and just talk about human growth hormone, just talk about the importance of human growth hormone, why it has become so popular, and certainly why I feel that a product that will enhance our body's production of human growth hormone is a fantastic product. Now, when we talk about human growth hormone, it's also known as somatotropin, and it is secreted by the pituitary gland in the brain. Now, for a long time, this was not noted to be as powerful as it was, and yet with the research in the most recent years, what we're finding is that human growth hormone is a very powerful hormone. This is a hormone that normally reaches its peak at puberty. This is when we see teenagers become taller. This is when we see teenagers become more mature in terms of their sex organs and those things that make them go from being a child to being a man or being a child to being a woman. And we know that this particular synthesis or production in the body actually reaches its peak during puberty. Well, if it reaches its peak during puberty, what is it like for us at 20, 30, 40? Well, what we know is that after the age of 20 or 25 or 30, your HGH production appears to decline, and decline rather significantly, actually. When you look at the statistics, it comes down quite significantly, and if it's not replaced, then the functions that it plays, the role that it plays, those roles are no longer played. Very plainly, those roles are no longer played. When I talk about dwindling down, it is a hormone. When we talk about hormones, let's just talk about hormones for a minute. What is a hormone? Well, a hormone in the body is actually a complex of different amino acids, and these hormones are produced in the glands in the body and then sent to all areas of the body to stimulate certain activities. We know, for example, that insulin is a hormone, and insulin helps the body to digest food. It helps the body to drive the sugars from the food into the cell to be used for energy. Well, growth hormone, human growth hormone, is a similar type thing. It is a hormone. And when we talk about the production, it's like any of those other hormones, like the estrogen, the progesterone, the testosterone, DHEA. They all decline in production with age. And what we see is that people who reach the age 60 may only secrete about 25% of the human growth hormone that is normally secreted by a 20-year-old. So this decline with age is significant because what we see is without the human growth hormone, we see all of those things like sagging skin, an increase in body fat, a decrease in body muscle, a decrease in energy level, a decrease in sexual function, a decrease in immune function. All of these things happen as a result. Well, for years, there have been, at least very popular in Hollywood and among people who really have the money to pay for it, HGH injections. And it was during the time when they started using HGH injections, human growth hormone injections, that they learned that people would actually lose fat and gain muscle. People would actually increase energy level and increase immune function, increase the skin elasticity, eliminate cellulite, remove wrinkles. All of those things are on the list of things we know that human growth hormone would help. Well, human growth hormone injections are very, very, very expensive. What we have is a product that actually works as a precursor to the human growth hormone. What does that mean? What it means is the product is a product that is loaded with those amino acids that are necessary to tell the pituitary gland to produce more of the human growth hormone. So what we see is a product that, in fact, helps to stimulate our body's own production of human growth hormone, which is certainly the best way to go. So do I say yes, that people should consider the HGH youth complex? Absolutely. When we talk about trying to turn back the hands of time, this is the best way I know to at least start that process.
The views expressed by Dr. Joel Wallach and others on the following live paid program represent opinions of the participants only and do not necessarily represent those of the ZBS Radio Network's staff, management, advertisers, or affiliates. If something is said...